One thing, it reminds me of people would say I'm talking quite well. For me, that is I'm a swan, and the swan is fine on the surface, but it's paddling like crazy underneath, and that's the idea.
Yeah. Which is an interesting idea, isn't it? That on the surface there's this silence. In fact, there's an absence of things, and underneath, it's frenetic. Because it seems to me that there's a certain kind of lumpiness and arrhythmia to the way that one talks after a stroke. Do you know what I mean? That it doesn't flow, I suppose, in simple terms.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if rhythm is important here.
Rhythm is a good thing, yeah. But my problem is I need to have the right word, and that's why the full stop or the comma comes.
Yes.
Because I'm not.
You're
going
searching.
to. I'm not. Yeah, I'm searching, and it's paddling.
Yeah, it's
paddling.
It's
underneath.
Wild underneath. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
I think that there is a strong possibility, and at least in my case, I feel this way, that language can bring on a lot of anxiety. You know, the more you can name things, the more you can get on that hamster wheel. You know, you can just say, these are the problems, these are the issues, these are the things that... Now, it's productive sometimes. Sometimes you do go through language and arrive at a new conclusion. But a lot of the times it just puts you in a cycle that has no end. And there are moments that you could just sit in a silence and be moved by it without having to explain it.
Could you talk a bit specifically about what kind of language loss you had at the beginning?
My parents assessed that I had about 40 or 50 words in my workable vocabulary when I woke up. And I didn't know when I was speaking in gibberish, and I didn't know that I almost never used a verb. And when I used verbs soon after that, they were conjugated all wrong.
The thing that really interests me is where the blockage occurs. Because it seems that there could, anyway, be a distinction between a thought which won't form itself in your brain properly, won't come together in the brain, and then a thought which would come together perfectly in the brain, but would then not come out of the mouth. I
always think of it this way: the brain is the organ of perception. So if there's damage to the brain, there can be damage to perception itself. So my brain was, I still had intelligence, but the way that I assessed things was affected. So, I would think, I got that I had a speech therapist, so I knew there must be something in there. But most of the time I thought, I think you know what I mean. I just felt like that most of the time. I was like, I think we all know what I meant. Because I thought, it can't possibly be this bad because I understand you. Yeah. So you must be understanding me.